Chris, I think I want to ride the 300. What the hell? I guess I'm not riding the 300 today. Hey guys, Stanley King. Got a special guest rider for you today. Chris Birch, KTM Spokesman. World-class rider. Man, this guy came out, rode with us, and what a special treat to watch him ride. I sat there and I just looked and I thought, wow, that's crazy. The things this guy is able to do on a bike, I was speechless as I watched it. The hills he was going up, the hills he was going down, the cliffs he was jumping off. Look at this. Usually GoPro and drones do not do a hill justice on how steep it is, but he's basically going up a cinder cone. This is an old volcanic rock cone. Unbelievable. So super cool. Chris flew in and he got in the night before, and our buddy Genghis is friends with Chris, and Genghis said I'd need a bike for him, and that's my bike right there. My bike was probably like, this is what I was built to do. I'm race ready and you're not. I'm sure my bike was just enjoying it and laughing at me. So I rode my 501 and Chris rode my 300XC, and looking at the stuff he did with my bike, I just could not believe it. Chris is absolute salt of the earth kind of guy, nicest guy, just incredible. And we had a couple riders with us who were really good. Watch this. Look at this. If I went down that, I would probably have to get helicoptered out with a flight for life. And look at him. He knows exactly where the camera is and when to go off this cliff. I'm speechless by this guy's ability on a bike. I mean, obviously he's top 20 in the world. You know, he's raced Erzberg and Romaniacs, and he's raced Dakar, and I mean, you name it. And I know too, if this guy was on an 890, he'd be doing the same thing, which is crazy. It just blows my mind. It's just wild. Watch this. So look at this. Okay. There's a reason God did that to him right here. Watch this, and you'll see why. Because had he kept going forward, I don't think my bike would have come home. I'm sure Chris would have, but look at that. That's pretty scary. That's a good 30-foot drop off right there through that little lava crevasse. And man, he just dropped down in there, and I was on the top of the hill, and I'd see just little specks of Chris out on the hill, and I was like, what is this guy doing? This is amazing to watch this guy. He's going up, he's going down, and I'd see him pop in and out of the canyons, and is my drone too, following him. He knows how to use the drone. He has a great videographer at home, but he was by himself, and I put the drone on him, and I said, let her rip, man. And I didn't think he was going to do the things he did. I mean, watch this little step up right here. I would look at something like that for 30 minutes and not know how to do that. It's just amazing how he loads it up and jumps right over. And every one of these little lava edges, it's just wild, man. This guy's got, look at this. That's not the line I would have picked. I wouldn't even have been down there. I've ridden by this, I don't know how many times. I definitely thought, I don't want to go down there. That looks like death and destruction. And Chris, man, he jumped right down there and just kept looking at things. I could see his mind. It was like a Swiss watch. He kept thinking about things, and he just kept looking for ledges to jump off of. And there we are. We're just sitting at the top of the hill and enjoying the view. And I gotta say, I was perfectly happy where I was there on my 501, and I think the other guys were too. This one guy, Johnny, rides with us. He followed Chris around, and some of the stuff they hit together was wow. just unbelievable. Look at this. I mean, it's just like he just keeps dropping off faces, keeps going on the top of these ridge lines. And the guy is he's just flawless with his riding. It's just wild. I mean, I've watched his channel for years and I thought, man, that's a pretty neat guy. And then when I found out he was coming out, pretty much the day before, we rounded up a few guys and just did this small little ride. That's John right there on his YZ250 filming Chris, and it was cool. That's John filming him right there, same angle. But man, we did these hills, and this was actually at the start of the day here. This was the first time I put up the drone, and I said, Chris, go for it, man. Show me what you got. Everybody was going down the hill, and Chris made a hard right and started going up this hill, and I thought, what's he doing? I thought, this is nuts. How's he going to ever make it up there? And I just thought, well, I'll depreciate out this bike and let her be. But I mean, you watch, it's. I always thought, you know, hey, maybe it's the bike, maybe it's not me, but it's definitely the Archer, not the Arrow. My bike's plenty good. I'm nowhere near, anywhere near, and I never will be in my lifetime as good as this guy. Man, this guy's like a superhero on a bike. So beautiful. This is out at Searchlight, Nevada, out at Searchlight Hills. That's Lake Mojave in the background, which is the Colorado River. We have such a beautiful area here to ride in Nevada. It's, you know, I was telling Chris, I said, man, just don't hit the cactus, don't hit the yucca, don't, you know, I was showing him all the things that don't hit. And he was looking at me like, what? I said, just don't. And he didn't hit a cactus all day, didn't go into a Joshua tree. We didn't have to pull any needles out of him at all, which was fantastic. Man, what a cool day to have Chris Birch just pop out on a ride. So here, I'll just throw it out there, you know, Cody Webb, whoever you at, or Max Gersten, come on out and ride with us. We'd love to have you. Nah, it's super cool. It's just so fun to put up the drone. And I watch Chris's videos, and his videographer is awesome that he has. And, you know, I just do this for fun, and I've been making these videos just because I enjoy doing it. And look at this. This is another thing. That's a waterfall right there that we always looked at and thought nobody would ever ride off that. He just rolled right off the side and then comes right back up. Amazing. Just the whole day was absolutely amazing to hang out with him. So big thank you to Genghis for having us out to his ranch in Searchlight. And a huge thank you to Chris for riding with us. And I guess, you know, this is always the deal with riders that good. You see him at the truck and you see him back at the truck, but Chris would loop around and do stuff so we could watch, and man, what a show he put on. The things this guy can do with a bike. It was a watch, like watching you know, here in Vegas we have Cirque du Soleil, and when you see those acrobats, you're like, man, how do they do that? It's just, some people, they've got skill and they work on it for a long time. They have the gift as well. And this guy is just, it's amazing to watch him. You can see his brain just analyzing everything. So cool. Yeah, what a great group of guys are out there at the old stamp mill. And this is gold mine country in Searchlight, Nevada. I think Chris really liked it.
We're going up now. The trail's right there.
There we go, up the hill. And I mean, we were just attacking these old mine trails.
Look at that bike, she's getting some love today. Beautiful. Wow.
That's like a 15 or 20 foot face right there. Yeah, it's like riding on the moon out here. Isn't that beautiful?
Here we are in Searchlight.
Yeah, here we are.
We're riding with George Bush.
Yes, sir.
Who's that guy?
I don't know. This guy always Secret Service.
Okay, cool.
This is my left-hand man.
Right on. Yeah.
And then I got my right-hand man,
Yeah.
Mr. Bulk right here.
Yeah.